Hey everyone, Hassan here, and sort of got an emergency vlog for you today. Well, okay, it's not really an emergency, but it's just sort of random, like, I had to say something. It's just been bugging me today, and I have to kind of put this vlog together. So I know I just did one recently, but this is just spur of the moment, gotta say what's on my mind sort of thing. So I'm not going to get into specifics on who, what, where, when, why, how, any of that, because it's not important. I mean, that's the stuff that prompted me to do this video, but it's not important to everybody else. I don't feel like that's, important to kind of, I guess, spread around or whatever. But basically, people need to chill out. People need to chill out sometimes. I like to get along with people. I mean, who doesn't? Who wants to have, arguments or any sort of issues in their life? People like to get along with each other, I would think, hopefully. And so I like to think I can get along with most everybody. Even if there's people that can be kind of rude sometimes or whatever, it's always about finding, their point of view, thinking about what they're thinking. So maybe there's a reason why they're kind of being rude or something, or maybe if I can be nice to them, then maybe they'll not be rude or something. And so I don't like conflict. I don't like those types of problems. It bugs me. And from time to time, I have conflicts. Who doesn't? People don't get along with others, but it's about stepping back and thinking about why you're getting in that type of situation and sort of dealing with it. And I'd like to think that for the most part, I mean, everybody that I've ever had any issues with, I can still communicate with. It comes back to, I think of this one scenario back in high school where there was this one guy who was kind of in, a circle of friends, I guess, and he would always start these rumors or like pick on these two other friends of ours, and he just always, I mean, he got on people's nerves. He got on my nerves too, and it was kind of annoying. He was never like mean to me specifically, but he was mean to my friends, and so that kind of annoyed me a bit. And I was not one at that time, especially to say much. I kind of just let things go. I would never really speak up much and voice my opinions, which I've kind of grown from that and done more often. But at that time, I really didn't. And so he was just starting all these rumors about these friends, and I got annoyed. And one time, I think it was like in PE class or something, we were like walking around just kind of after we did some exercise, just kind of walking things off. And it was me, him, and like two other friends or something. Not the two that he made fun of, but he was talking about those two. He was saying stuff like, they are doing this and that, they're just like blah, 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 and they're not, good friends. And he was just making all this stuff up. And so I just said, dude, stop. Like, they're much better friends than you've ever been. And he just was silent. I mean, that sounds kind of cheesy and dumb, but like, I said that one thing, and he was silent, and he never, after that, he just didn't really bug me or them or anyone too much, really. And he still did a little bit, but, so I remember that, and I remember that, like, that whole situation bugged me when there was that conflict and stuff. And so, now, obviously, I'm not going to be getting involved in other people's situations. That was something that was in my group of friends, and so that's why I took it upon myself to try and say something about it, because I didn't like it. But, in life, there's other situations that come up. People don't get along, and it's not up to me to get into it, but you still hear about it sometimes. And so that's kind of getting back to the point of things, I guess. There's a lot of, like, I'm not going to say the specific place or whatever, but in this place that I go to, there's conflict and things, and it's just, there's a lot of tension, too. Today, especially, just walking around, I could, like, feel the tension, in a way. And, like, it's so negative. Like, people are saying all this stuff, and I tried to say stuff like, well, I mean, I think this person is just, like, trying to do this, or I'm trying to, like, offer up some other counterpoint, and then everybody else starts getting involved, and they're all getting all really negative and saying, no, but this and this and this, and going, I'm just like, it was, like, really getting to me today. 'Cause I don't like negativity, like, I like to get along with people. I think that there's a reason why we're all in this world. We all have something unique to offer. That's why I'm big on unity and diversity. Like, that's something, at least when I was involved in different multicultural organizations and stuff. But just that general idea that we as a people each have something interesting to offer, and together as a group, if we accept and understand those differences, that's actually a big plus, not a minus. And just because you're different than somebody else, that doesn't mean you hate them for those differences. That means you can learn about those differences and maybe learn something new or interesting, and find something in common. And that brings us all together when you can really get to know other people. And I feel like sometimes people take that stuff for granted, and people just sort of, they get annoyed once or twice, and then they always keep that in their head, and then things just stack up and stack up and stack up, and it becomes too much. Then people end up exploding, and it's just a giant mess, and it just that can be annoying, And so today I just kind of felt a bit like I could feel like the negativity, and I kind of was like, all right, that's it, it just, no, there's not really much that I can do. I really can't do anything about it, except that I just kind of wanted to let out my thoughts, I guess, and say to people, like, chill out, everybody has their own differences. And in these scenarios, like, I like to try and get along with everybody, so I can see everybody's point of view. So I'm not taking sides with anybody or anything, in any situation. It's just a matter of looking at things from an overall standpoint and seeing how people can, work together to do something, or just kind of, I don't know, you don't necessarily need to be friends with everybody. I don't think that's possible, but people should be able to at least set aside any sort of differences and, be grown-ups sometimes. I hate to say it, but I feel like personally, like, if somebody does something that's sort of mean to me, like, if it's sort of a continuous thing, like, I have to try and move myself away from those situations that I put myself into that kind of get me into those situations. That probably didn't make any sense at all. But basically, like, if somebody's sort of being mean to me, like, I'm not going to necessarily be, buddy with them and, like, continue letting them be mean to me. But at the same time, I'm not going to, like, be mean back. I think the way to solve problems is sometimes you have to be the bigger person. You got to be the better person and try and, like, step back and sort of see, okay, so here's what's happening. I don't want to put myself in the situations where people are going to be bringing that negativity, but at the same time, I can't send that negativity back. I got to be positive and got to stay strong, I guess. And I think if people would sort of adopt that idea and just try and get along a bit more, then I think things would be so much better. But there's so much. There's life is too short. I think there's a reason why we're here in this world, and it's not to let the little things bother us. That's stuff there's far bigger problems out there in the world, and I think if you're not able to coexist with the people around you on a daily basis, then that's an issue. And so I think that hopefully people will understand that. I don't know. That's something that kind of annoyed me today, and I wanted to let it out, I guess. So I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen in the future? I think in this particular situation, it feels like things are getting worse every day, and it sucks because I wish, I could help people to see that this shouldn't be happening, but people are kind of stuck in their own ways sometimes, and so that's a shame. But I don't know. I guess it's just just to kind of wrap things up, I just wish that people would understand that we all have something unique to offer, and even if somebody gets you annoyed or angry or something, it's one thing to take that personally, which some people take a lot of things personally, and you really shouldn't. It's chill out a little bit, I don't know, but it's one thing to take those personally and then just keep it inside of you and hold it in there, and then everything that happens you keep on adding into that's not very fun. You feel so negative all the time. You feel so angry. You're always arguing with people. Then you don't enjoy, like, being in this place. And it's like, you should be able to enjoy your life and enjoy the people that you're with. And even if you can't be friends with them, at least be able to see them, smile, get on with your day. You don't have to necessarily be starting conversations with them, or if you do, keep it polite, short and simple, just to get things going, So I wish people would sort of implement that. I think that would be great, but, I don't know. What do I know? I guess that's just sort of what I was thinking with this, and I just got home, and I just wanted to kind of let it out and share my thoughts there. So if you agree or disagree or something, let me know. And again, I'm not going to get into specifics. I don't think that's appropriate. I don't think that's right. But just in general, I feel like if there's any sort of conflict in your life, try not to create more conflict by being more negative. Instead, take that in and try and be positive. Be the bigger person here. Be grown-ups, I guess, and try and make things better. I'm not trying to be mean to anyone in particular. That's why I'm keeping things in general. I'm just saying when I say be grown-up, I mean like you got to be the bigger person and not like I feel like when you have like little 5-year-old kids, like if one person like accidentally like nudges the other kid when they're sitting in the car, then the other one starts nudging them back, and it just escalates from there. You shouldn't do that now if you're an adult. It's like if somebody nudges you, then let it go. If they continue to nudge you, then ask them why they're doing it, ask it politely, figure out the reason, and deal with it. But you don't nudge them back and then cause a big commotion, and I don't know. Anyways, so that's that, and hopefully, things will get better. I guess we'll see. Yeah, that's all I got, so see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys found that somewhat interesting, or hopefully you agree, and if you disagree, let me know why, but hopefully you guys understand that, and hopefully more people implement that in their lives. So take a chill pill, people. Relax. Life is too short. Be the bigger person here, and yeah, do what you got to do. So see you guys later. Thanks for watching.